Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I am here to film my last update on my team project pan for 2021. The next update for this project will be the finale, and I'm crossing my fingers and my toes and putting my good intentions out into the world that I can at least get a few more things used up in the next month. This month I only have, unfortunately, I think I have two rollouts. There's a few products that I am quite close on. And before we get into the update on this project, if you're new around here, I hope you would consider subscribing down below if you do want to keep up to date on all of my project panning content that I post all the goddamn time. So if you want to keep up to date and notified when I do post my project panning content, I hope you would consider subscribing down below. And without further ado, let's jump on into it. As per usual, I do like to follow my spreadsheet, because if I don't follow my spreadsheet, I'm gonna forget something. I have the worst memory in the world. So if I don't follow my spreadsheet, I always forget to update you guys on something. So the first category on my spreadsheet is foundations. I'm currently working on the last foundation in my collection. I've since purchased a tinted moisturizer, but this is the last foundation in my collection. This is the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. This was rolled in last month. I have basically used, I don't know if you can see that window there. So I've basically used probably over half of this. There's lots of like signs around the outside of the bottle that I'm getting close to having it finished. And I think it's getting to the point where, you know, even down the bottom here, like it's starting to all get sucked up the tube. So last month when I rolled this in, it weighed 112.18 grams. Now it weighs just over 100 grams at 100.67 grams. I used 11.15 grams, so almost 12 grams of this, and I don't doubt that this will be finished, because this was a full bottle when I rolled it in. I've been wearing this basically every day to work, and I'm sitting at like just under half of a bottle left. So I think if I really knuckle down and get some good use out of this, I could probably have it done well and truly by the end of the year. And that means that I would have completely like cleaned out and refreshed my foundation collection ready for the new year. I think I'm going to treat myself throughout December to a brand new foundation. I've already treated myself to a new tinted moisturizer. I think I'm going to treat myself to a new foundation and then start my 2022 project pan with like brand new foundations, which I am very excited about. It's taken me like 2 years to basically completely clear out my foundations and start afresh, but I am finally at the point where I'm getting to start afresh and it feels fantastic. Next is my concealer, and again, I'm at the point where I have only one concealer in my collection, and that is currently my Oma Beauty Stay Woke concealer. I have the color White Pearl T2. I really like this color match. I'm actually really enjoying this concealer. So I am looking forward to continuing to use this one in the new year. Again, though, I do think I'm going to probably treat myself to a new concealer. I'm kind of excited to try some new stuff. So I think I might treat myself to another concealer as well before the end of the year. That's just my thought process. I feel like I want to buy a new foundation and a new concealer before the end of the year, just as a little treat, because I've done so well on clearing out like my foundation and concealer collection throughout this year. I have only had this one in the project for 2 months now. I rolled it in when it was brand spanking new out of the packet. So over the past month, I've used almost a whole gram. I'm sitting at 0.93 of a gram of usage over the last month. I'm sitting at 22.09 grams, and there is 5 mils in this one. So I want to say this one will probably take me maybe like 4 to 5 months to get it completely used up. Moving on to my NARS Laguna bronzer, and I have been using this fairly regularly. I've been using it probably most days for my makeup for work. I go in as my contour with my Smashbox contour stick that I have in my Partners in Cream, and then basically for like the rest of the perimeter of my face, I have been reaching for my NARS Laguna bronzer just to get a little bit more use out of it before the end of the year. The past month I used 0.14 of a gram of this. I did hit pan on this one earlier this year, and my goal before the end of the year is to have this corner here like cleaned out. And I don't know if you can see on camera there, but there is a tiny little bit left in that corner there. So I want to maybe try and get it down to maybe about like here. Have this like complete corner here almost cleared out before the end of the year if I can. If not, like just having the corner done would be great, but I'm hoping that maybe I can have it almost like in line with the edge of this bit of pan here. That like whole corner cleared out would be awesome. And it's like it's getting very thin in that corner there, and I do feel like every time I use it, it expands just that little bit more. So you know, it wouldn't be that much effort to get that corner cleared out. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with this one in the new year. I keep saying this every time I update. I'm still deciding, but I do think that I might chuck it back in my collection for just a little bit, maybe a few months, and work on something else. I think maybe if I just focus on my palettes that I include in my pan, that palette for just a little bit, and then maybe roll this one back in and try and get it completely finished next year sometime. I think, yeah, I think I might try and do that, or at least maybe get the other side of the pan cleared out and just have like half of the pan left. I have been thinking about, this is total tangent right here, but I have been thinking that maybe next year I might try and structure this project similar to how Hayley did hers this year. She did kind of like quarterly mini projects for 3/4 of the year, and then for the last quarter she rotated everything back in as like a big mammoth last ditch effort to try and finish some of the products up. So I think I might maybe give that a go, and that way it might help me rotate through some more products in my collection if I do like 3 smaller stints of 4 months, and then for the last one, 4 months, 3 months, 3 smaller stints of 3 months. I can't count. 3 smaller stints of 3 months, and then for the last chunk, rotate everything back in to try and get some last effort products used up. So I think that's my thought process. I think that will be a little bit funner, and that way I will get some more use out of random stuff in my collection, as opposed to just solely focusing on like one bronzer for the entirety of the year. The next one is my highlighter, and this is my Sleek Makeup face palette. This is the face contour kit in light. Now my goal for this one was to hit pan on it, and I did manage to do that. It's the tiniest little bit of pan. I don't know whether it's going to show up on camera. I think you can see it right there. It's the tiniest little bit of pan. These pans are so freaking deep. It's insane. I was actually thinking about maybe potentially rotating this in next year to try and get it completely used up, like with the bronzer and the highlight. But given how long it's taken me to hit pan on the highlight, and now that I know how deep the pans are, I'm a little bit scared. So I don't think I want to try and pan that bronzer next year. I might just give it a moment to chill in my collection again before I come back to it. I'm too scared right now. Setting spray, I've been working on the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray basically for the entirety of the year. I did last year manage to kind of whittle down my setting sprays to a more manageable amount. So this year I've just been kind of just enjoying my collection and what I have in my collection. So this one I have basically just been slowly chugging away at for most of the year. It does sound like it is very close to being finished. I probably maybe have only a handful of uses left on this, because it does sound like I'm getting very close to the end of it. This past month I used 11.6 grams of this, and I do think that I will have this one done by the next update. I've been using this a little bit for work, just to make my makeup last a little bit longer. And while I've been testing out that tinted moisturizer, I have used this a few times just to see if I can get some more longevity out of the tinted moisturizer to just make my face look a little bit more set for longer throughout the day. So I'm currently like playing around with that with some products in my collection. Next is my brow product, and this is my Benefit Ka-Brow. I worked on this for the entirety of 2020. And I took a break from it for the start of the year while I worked on my Innisfree eyebrow pencil, and I was also working on the Benefit Goof Proof Brow. This is going to be a long haul product. It is, however, at that point again where it's kind of flaking away. So I'm kind of on the fence as to whether I keep this or not, or whether I just turf it out of my collection and find something else to work on. I'm gonna keep playing around with it and decide between now and the intro of 2022 if I do want to keep this in my collection. But this is how much I have left. Like, there's a lot of product in there. In the past month, I used 0.16 of a gram. So there is, how much product is in these? I think there's like 3 grams of product or something in these. Yes, so there's 3 grams of product in these, and I do think that I managed to get like at least a whole gram panned of this one last year, maybe a little bit more. So it might be the case that I only have maybe like half a gram, almost a gram left on it. So I feel like I would be disappointed in myself if I threw it out now, given how much time I've dedicated to it. But at the same time, I'm a little bit like, I'm not enjoying it at the moment. So it might be the case again that at the start of the year, I rotate something else in and then come back to this like a little bit into the year. Currently working on 2 lip products. So I'm working on a lip gloss and a lipstick in this project. Now the lipstick I'm working on is the Hourglass Confession lipstick in You Are My, and I've made a decent chunk of progress on this one this past month. I do only have kind of this smallish amount left of this. Based on the progress over the last 2 months, I don't think I'm going to have this one done by the end of the year, but I think I will have made a really solid effort on it by then, and it will probably only be maybe 1.5 months in the new year to get another one of these done. A little bit disappointed that I only managed to get, how many of these did I manage to get done this year? I only managed to get 2 of these done this year, but well, 2.5, I guess you could say. So I would have really liked to have got a 3rd one done, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna be extremely close. If I took this to work with me and reapplied, I probably really could get it done. So it might be something that I need to chuck in my handbag and reapply throughout the day, and that way I'll get it done. And it is one, it is a bit on the darker side for me. So by the time I am like, you know, for example, it's about mid-morning and I'm heading to the bathroom, when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I do appear like I've put like a darker lip line on and then the rest of my lips are blank. So it probably would be a good idea to take this to work and reapply it while I'm at work. I might not look so much like a bit of a bad 80s cartoon character. If I do reapply this, it won't make my lips look so weird, like I've just put lip liner on and then left it for the day. So I might try and remember to take this to work with me each day and reapply throughout the day, and then hopefully I might actually get it done. Progress that I've made on the lipstick is just from purely applying it once a day, between 5 to 7 times a week. So that's only 1 application a day, as opposed to if I took it to work, I could probably apply it maybe 2 to 3 times a day if I reapplied it a couple of times, especially because I do my makeup in the morning and then I make a coffee and take it to work with me and drink it when I'm at work. So even like early morning, my lipstick's already gone because it's all ended up on my coffee cup. So I could probably easily, even before lunchtime, have applied it twice. So that's going to be my plan of attack for the rest of the month. And then hopefully maybe I might be super close to having it finished if I actually do take it to work with me and reapply a couple of times. And then my other lip product is my Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie lip gloss in Crowd Pleaser, and I was making decent progress on this one. I did, before filming this update, I did try and take the stopper out. However, I accidentally pushed it in, so I'm gonna call it quits on this one because it's going to be very hard for me to get it out. The stopper is like stopping me from being able to get the rest of the lip gloss out that's down the bottom here. I made really good progress. I was like down past the line here, and it was just like the last little bits around the side that I was trying to get. It's a bit difficult with the way the tube is designed to get them out. So that's why I was trying to get the stopper out so I could get every little last bit out of it. But unfortunately that didn't happen. The stopper ended up inside the tube. So I'm going to call this one quits. I used up a shitload of this gloss before this update, and I'm satisfied with calling it quits. So that takes me to, I think that's the second Bare Minerals lip gloss that I have used up this year, which I'm actually quite proud of myself for. I was hoping to get through like 3 of them, but that's not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. I might maybe try and revisit it early next year or sometime next year, see if maybe I can get another 1 or 2 out of my collection. But these are actually really quite satisfying lip glosses to pan. Once you start making good progress on them and you stand them up, they do settle really nicely, so you can really easily see the progress that you're making, and you can mark them very, very clearly. They're very satisfying to pan. Next we have skincare, and I think it was last month I rotated this mask in the hope that I would have it finished before the end of the year. This is the Sanctuary Spa Deep Cleanse Facial. This is the 5-minute thermal detox mask. I stupidly forgot to weigh this one last month, which is infuriating. So I've weighed it now, ready for the next update, but I'm sitting down, I think it's about here. So I think I've used it like about a quarter of it, because it was sitting about halfway when I rotated it in. So I've got about this much left. I think that it might maybe be 3 to 4 uses, and then I'll have this one finished, because the last time that I used this, there was a lot of like air bubbles as I was squeezing it out. So I do think that there might be a few more air bubbles in this last little bit here. Well, at least I'm hoping there's a few more air bubbles, and that might make it a little bit easier for me to get through. But yeah, if I use this, like I said, I think it will probably only be like 3 to 4 uses left on this before it's totally used up, and I think that's totally doable. That's only like 1 use a week, 1 to 2 uses a week until the end of the year. So that's super easy, super easy. My nail polishes, I actually made really good progress on my nail polishes this past month, because I have been painting my nails like crazy. I just have been in a mood to paint my nails. I think I've painted my fingernails probably 3 times and my toes twice. So I've made decent progress on these products, and I'll even show you. So the first one is my Essie base coat. That line at the bottom there is a new marking. How good is that? I finally made enough progress to be able to put a new line. Over the past month, I used 0.3 of a gram of this, so not a major amount. I only use this when I do my fingernails, and I have finally figured out a way where I can do my nails and not have an absolute mess everywhere. So that's why I've been enjoying painting my nails multiple times over the past month. So that's that one. And then my Essie top coat, I have also been able to make a line as well. When I rolled this in, this was like a brand new bottle. So I'm making some all right progress on this one. And I did use 0.67 grams of this one. This is gonna take me for freaking ever to get through. It's gonna take forever. And then my last nail polish item is my Essie Color nail polish. This is a mini size. This is the color Bobbing for Baubles. And I don't know whether you can see, there's a line, it's right here. So I've got about 1/3 of it left. And I did use 1.01 grams of this one this past month. I don't know whether I'm going to get this one done by the end of the year. I think it's going to be close, but if I do need to repaint my toenails because they've chipped a little bit. So if I do paint my toes maybe twice and my fingers maybe once or twice, I probably will have it done. So yeah, I think that's gonna probably be my goal for the weekend, is to at least paint my toenails. My fingernails are still doing all right for now, so I might repaint them sometime next week. Done really well on nail polishes this year I think. I've done like 4 so far. I've panned 4 nail polish products so far this year, and this will take me to 5, which I'm extremely happy with. Next are my fragrances, and I stupidly didn't weigh these ones last month. These ones have been in the project for 2 months now. They do have line markings on the bottle. These are the Velour Absolute perfumes. I got these ages ago in a trio pack. It was a gift one year from my mum for Christmas. So this is the Essential Light perfume, and this was the one that I decided that I was going to focus on since the last update, and I did manage to get that one done. So this one was sitting here last month, and now she is absolutely empty. These all have like stones in them. I think this one's got pearl in it. I think these are supposed to be pearls. So yes, I've completely finished that one up. After I finished this one, I moved on to the next one, which is Joy Eclat. And I have the tiniest little bit left. I'm down to here. I think this is probably maybe 1-2 uses at a stretch. There is the tiniest little bit left in there. I don't even know whether you can see that rolling around in there. But there's a really tiny little bit left in there. Like I said, probably 1, maybe 2 uses. And then the last one is Harmony, and I think I've used this maybe once because I think I left the other one that I was focusing on at work. So I used this one a couple of times, maybe once or twice over the weekend. So I've made a tiny little bit of progress on this one, but it is still sitting about halfway. So again, once I finish using this one, this Joy Eclat one, I will move on to Harmony, and I'll see how much progress I can make on this one. These ones aren't taking me very long to get through, so there might be a possibility that I can get this one done before the end of the year, because there's only half a bottle left, and like I said, I've been making pretty quick and good progress on these ones because they're only quite small bottles. So we'll see if we can get it done before the end of the year. And the last category is my hair care products, and I am so hopeful when it comes to some of these hair care products, but I don't know whether I'm going to make it. I think it's just going to not quite make it. So the first one is my Lush No Drought Dry Shampoo. I used 1.5 grams of this one this past month. It's currently sitting at 67.13 grams. And yeah, this one's definitely going to be one that comes into next year with me. I think next year, probably early next year, I think I might buy an aerosol. I don't want to buy an aerosol, but I think I might buy an aerosol dry shampoo, one of the colored ones from Batiste, at least to just do the top front half of my hair. This does leave like quite an intense white cast. Like it looks like I have gray hair when I use this. So I want to use this as like the crown and like the back half of my hair, and the stuff that kind of lays on top. I was going to get one of the colored aerosol ones, that like the dark Batiste one, for the front of my hair, so it's not so noticeable that my hair is super greasy. Next is a product that I'm very anxious about. This is my wave spray. I'm getting so incredibly close on this one. This is where my line is now. I don't think I'm gonna have this one done by the end of the year. I think it's going to be very close. I knew this would happen, but unfortunately I was really hopeful, but unfortunately I don't think I'm quite going to make it. I used 11.8 grams of this one this past month, so I'm sitting at 47.42 grams, and I just don't think I am going to have it done by the end of the year. I definitely will give it a good solid crack. I'll give it a go, but I just don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to be like this close. Going to be this close. If I don't make it, this one will be a very easy product that I will get done in January. This will be like my first product panned in 2022 if I don't quite make it. Then I have my Living Proof Instant Defrizz. This is a dry conditioning spray. I used 3.94 grams of this one this past month, and again, this one I feel like I'm getting very close to. Like I'm not hearing much product shake around in there when I do give it a good shake. It's sitting at 34.76 grams. The closer I get to 30 grams, the more I feel like I am getting seriously close to having it finished. So we'll see how we go, and like there's not much left in there. So I'm very hopeful that I can get that one done. And then my last product is my Davines Curl Building Serum. This one I'm just trying to get some good solid progress on before I make the long-term commitment to try and pan this one in 2022. So I finally have this one down under 200 grams. It's sitting at 194.27 grams. The last month I used 10.73 grams. I was really hopeful that I would get this one down to like around 175 grams before the end of the year, but obviously that's not going to happen. I've obviously slacked off along the way. If I could get this under 190, that would be really great. Under 180, that would be even better. So we'll see how I go with this one. I think there was a few times I washed my hair that I didn't use this, so maybe I just need to ramp up my progress. I need to get it back up there, up in the higher levels that I have been using in the past. So definitely wanted to get this one under 200 grams before the end of the year, which I've achieved. If I can get it down to that 75, even better. Again, this month, a little bit disappointing. I've got the 2 products finished. So I'm calling my Bare Minerals lipstick finished and my perfume is finished. I'm going to roll out my sleek face kit so I can just enjoy my blushes and highlights for the remainder of the month. As soon as I hit that point on my NARS that I said that I want to reach, I probably will stop working on this one as well. There's a few products that I definitely think we will have done by the next update. So that's my update on my team project pan. That's my November update. The last update before the finale. Let me know down in the comments how you were going on any products that you were trying to get finished before the end of the year. While you're down there, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. I also hope you would consider subscribing down below if you did enjoy this video and want to keep up to date on all my future content. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope that you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I hope that you are staying safe and healthy and looking after yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, beautiful.